Greetings and welcome to Meat Cutting with Chef Paul Malcolm. We're going to go through the syllabus together, and I'm just going to scroll through, highlight things that you should pay attention to. You'll also notice that there's some music playing in the background. We'll always have music just playing softly in the background based on something called the Mozart effect. Helps to stimulate our brains and helps in those oddly quiet parts of the day when we can't get through. Stimulates production, increases quiz scores, and makes you smarter. So there will always be music playing in the background, some sort of instrumental, classical, something. So enjoy. So to begin with, when you see me moving around, I will highlight things that are important by moving this little yellow halo-looking thing around. So pay attention to that. So let's go through the syllabus. Again, you're in Skills of Meat Cutting with Chef Paul Malcolm, Associate Professor. This is me and my son. Something that's very important to me is cooking. I approach cooking as a lifestyle. Being a chef is something that I'm very honored to do. I'm very honored to wear that uniform, and I'm very happy to have a great family. That's my son Griffin, by the way. If you need to get a hold of me, my office extension is right here, 980-598-1477. If you're ever in the building, you can use just the last four digits of any phone number. So if you have an instructor's phone number, all you need to do is pick up the phone, press the last four digits. My office is located in the Academic Center Culinary Offices. If you came up the elevator, although you won't in meat cutting, you'll go to the end of the third floor and you'll see Suite 300, and my office is right in there. Actually, if you come in the front door, it'll be the first desk that you see. You'll have no doubt that it's mine. I do have office hours, excuse me. My office hours are Monday through Thursday. You can either come in before class, 6 to 6:45, if you're an early riser. And if you prefer the afternoon, I'm also available from 1:15 to 2 p.m. Course description. I'm going to read through it, but what I'd really like you to focus on is reading through things. I'm just going to highlight the things that I really want you to focus on. Students are introduced to purchasing, receiving, and proper portioning of various meats and sausage fabrication. Emphasis is on identification of primal cuts and subprimal cuts of meat, poultry, and fish items. Students review and discuss federal inspection, grading, yielding, menu pricing, and classifications of meat and poultry. So what I want you to think about is, as you're doing your reading and as you're really focusing on the content of the lecture material, really focus on these things: primal cuts, subprimal cuts, poultry, fish items, federal inspection, grading, yielding, menu pricing, classification. You really want to focus on those things when you're in the reading. Knowing that that's in the course description and it's also going to be touched in the course objectives, the chances are good that you're going to see that on your final. We will also look at how to portion them and talk about best applications. Course objectives, they're right here. You will be able to identify subprimal and primal cuts of meat according to picture models found throughout lectures and discussions and daily stretching. I'm not really big on just having you go through information gleaned from reading a book. We'll look at books, we'll look at videos, we'll talk about pictures that we see online. We will also do stretching, which will really help you to understand on your own anatomy where those primals are. We will also, number 2, describe which cooking methods should be used for primal and subprimal portions of meat. Based on how that muscle has worked, we're going to understand how to utilize different cooking techniques to get the best out of that. Identify quality factors of meats according to the degree of marbling, as described in lectures and sample models provided in lab setting. So we're going to be eating a meat. Hopefully you don't have a problem with that. We'll talk about the tasting requisite when we get down to that. I'm going to teach you how to look at a piece of meat and distinguish its quality just from looking at it. It's a very cool technique, and it's something that you will find very simple. It's not rocket science, but it is meaty and it's tasty. You will also describe and analyze proper procedures for purchasing, receiving, grading, and inspection according to the national standards and lectures. So again, any of the things that you see in course objectives and course outline, really focus on those throughout the course and glean that from any lectures that you might have. Content information, content outline, what we're going to be doing on a daily basis. What you will find throughout completing the syllabus overview and also looking, you will have a daily folder on ULearn that will give you what you're going to be doing. All the lectures will be done online, so they'll be kind of PowerPoint driven. I will narrate through them, so you'll get all my funny little idiosyncrasies, and then we'll come in. Upon completing your lecture, you'll also find a blog, and on that blog you'll talk about things that you were concerned about, things that you thought were particularly interesting, things that you thought were ridiculous, and that's how we will develop our group discussion. After we complete our group discussion, Then we're going to go into a team activity. You'll be broken down into groups, and we'll be working on things like developing a business plan for an effective food truck that features a lot of meat. We might be working on how to develop a display case and thinking about all of the meat items that go into that display case as if you were running a butcher shop. We might look at the brigade of a butcher shop, and you will be looking at how you would hire that. So you'll develop different techniques and things to do that. And then we'll be doing chicken fabrication. It's a very vague explanation because we might change it up as we go. Generally, the cuts that we do are a Statler breast. We will also do whole chicken to boneless, skinless, but we also might find that someone in the class is interested in doing barbecue, so we'll do an 8-way chicken. So those are really open up to how we want to go. I can safely tell you that I've never taught the class the same twice. I really move in the direction that the students take me. I want you to understand wholeheartedly that this is your class and we will work together as a team. And that's why when you see those team activities, I really want you to engage as a team. So as you go through the content outline, that's going to tell you what we're going to do on a daily basis. I really want you to focus on day 9, written and practical exams. The written exam, although misspelled, will be based on the quizzes that you take online. So you really want to focus on the content of that information online. Practical exam will be fabricating a chicken, and we'll talk about that when we get into class. Evaluative criteria, the required texts are just your culinary fundamentals, the Johnson & Wales Big Blue Bible that you have, that's all you need. Your evaluative criteria, how you're going to be broken down and graded on a daily basis, is provided for you there. Your production and professionalism grade are 40% of your overall grade. So you really want, 45% of your overall grade. So you really want to focus on anytime you see in the syllabus or anytime I emphasize that you will be dinged in points on that. Remember, those dings are big and they are there to get you to focus on professionalism and getting your assignments done. So don't take it personally, but remember, I want you to be successful in this class. Attendance policy. All of this information, I want you to go to these links, click on them, check it out. These are my specific policies. Arrive to class 10 minutes early. That gives you a chance to decompress, to figure out where you're going to sit, to pull your head out of any hazy matter it might be in because it's morning. If you're not a morning person, that's fine. Nor am I. We'll do just great. I really want you to focus on being comfortable in the class, so get there 10 minutes early so you don't have to worry about stress of being late. If you arrive at 7 o'clock and 1 second, you're tardy. If you arrive at 7:01, you'll be counted absent. You'll be welcome to stay, but you'll be counted absent for the day. You only have one chance to make a first impression, and your first impression really is effective on how you enter the class. I know that things happen, and I know that you might be in trouble. So if something does happen, then you need to email me at paul.malcolm@jwu.edu or call my office and leave me a message. And I have more than understanding, so just let me know what's going on there. So check out any of these links that you see. Go to the link, click on it, and it's going to tell you what to do. Any students with disabilities, it'll explain it here, so go click on that, check out the link. The Center for Academic Support is incredible. I don't expect anyone to be an immaculate writer or an amazing mathematician, but I want you to become successful in it, and your success in the future really hinges on your ability to grasp that information and to translate it into something that makes sense for you. The Center for Academic Support is filled with incredibly knowledgeable and very supportive people that will help you be successful. Use them as a tool and really let them help you to be successful. They are incredibly friendly, very accessible. Go check them out. They're on the 4th floor. And they are behind the student lounge. If you can't find it, come see me and I will escort you up there. They are awesome and I highly recommend it. Turn it in notification. You're going to see this a lot throughout the course of your studies here at Johnson & Wales. Any written project that you hand in, we will utilize Turn It In to check that for authenticity. And what it does is it goes and checks against many different publicized things and looks for plagiarism. The way that I handle plagiarism or cheating in classes, I just drop you, and I drop you with a negative grade. I don't believe that it is right for anyone to follow on the coattails of someone else. You will be as successful as you motivate yourself to be, and I want to provide the tools and inspiration for you to do that, but I don't accept plagiarism, I don't accept cheating. So don't do it in my class, and everything will be cool. And that goes into the academic integrity. You have the opportunity, if you don't perform well, to go to the academic misconduct. Click on that and it'll explain to you more. Student email, there's a link to all of the things here. We need to tell you to send your email to us through Johnson & Wales intranet. Otherwise, if you send something from an outside source, it could cause a virus and could cause us to go up in flames. We don't want that, so make sure that you send it through your Johnson & Wales email. Occupancy in class, if you're not registered, if you're not on a roster, don't come to class. Oh wait, you're not on the roster, so you weren't supposed to come. Okay, good, we got that out of the way. Food and beverage in class, I'm supposed to tell you not to eat any food and beverage in the class, but I'm also creating an atmosphere as conducive to learning for you as possible. If you come in the morning, chances are you probably didn't have a full meal deal. Bring in anything that you need to eat, bring in a beverage, bring in coffee. I'll be eating and drinking. Please, all I ask is that at the end of the class that we clean up and make sure we leave the room better than it was when we found it. Mobile phone, I know that we're all connected to lives outside of class. I have my phone in my class. I'll show it to you if you'd like. All I ask is that you please set it to vibrate. If you're expecting a phone call, let me know at the beginning of class. Step into the hallway and take it, and that's professional courtesy. Alright, so look at that. Any information here, this is an honors option class. If you're honorable, come see me and I will honor you, and we'll talk about how to do that. All the other stuff here. Click on these blue links and go through and understand it. There could be quiz questions based on those blue links, so you might want to check that out. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Dress code. I am a very big stickler about the dress code. I want you to read through this and understand it. Anything that you see on the syllabus could potentially and very well might become a quiz question, so make sure you understand that. You only have one opportunity to make a first impression. When you put on that uniform, I want you to be extremely proud of what you are doing. You are investing a tremendous amount of time, money, and energy, and you are entering into a career that will only provide lifetimes of awesomeness to you. So make sure that your uniform is up to snuff. If you have any questions about how to iron, then go to these links. I forewarn you, there's maybe some cheesiness, but it's a simple video on YouTube that will help you understand how to iron your jacket. Some of you might not have ever done that. So make sure that you have a crease in the back that forms a T. Make sure that you have creases in your sleeves, and make sure that your apron has creases as well. Okay. Note taking. This is a very big one. Make sure that you visit the ULearn site. Make sure that you follow the guidelines of all of this here. Daily workload, you'll include lecture notes from daily lectures viewed in the ULearn site, reading notes, and demonstration notes. Make sure that you have all of those and that they come to me by 2 a.m. the day before class begins. Failure to do this will result in a 0 for your daily professionalism and production, so make sure you hand that in. We also are going to be stretching on a daily basis. Read through this and understand what's going on. Everyone is required to do it. It's not optional. We will be doing a little mild calisthenic beforehand, and then to warm up our muscles, and then we'll go right into stretching. And we'll stretch for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. We want to make sure that we always stretch a warm muscle, and that's why we'll do a little calisthenic before. Make sure that you participate, and you participate as an excited participant. If not, you will receive a grade 0 for the daily professionalism production. So you don't want to do that. Recommendations. I give recommendations. I give great recommendations. But what you have to do is you have to make sure that you maintain your part of the deal. Come to class every day, get a B+. Elevators, stairs, and smoking. Don't do it. Read this. Make sure that you understand that. Tasting. You have to taste everything that we do in class. If you have any questions about tasting, go to this site and check it out. Read through this explanation of what tasting is. All you got to do is put it in your mouth. You're here in school. We want you to approach tasting with an open mind and an intrigued palate. Below here, I know this list is overwhelming, especially if you're not a big reader. These are some of my most favorite books. These are the books that have really changed my thoughts and have inspired me to be the chef I am and the chef I want to be. So just a great list of books. Welcome to Meat Cutting again. I'm excited to have you in class. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to send me an email. If I don't get right back to you, it's because my email box is probably full. Call me, leave a message. Welcome to Meat Cutting. I'm very excited to have you in class and look forward to it.